The All Blacks have just announced their second lineup up against the Springboks, and they have made some massive changes compared to what we saw for Game 1 all across the board, whether that is in the starting lineup or the bench. The All Blacks have made switches, and we will be going through them in this video. But starting with the front row, this is ironically where they haven't made any changes. Number 1, Mighty Williams. Number 2, Cody Taylor. And number 3, Tyrell Lomax, all having decent enough games up against the Springboks in match number 1. I think out of the 3, we probably want to see a little bit more from Mighty Williams, but he's up against more than likely Frans Malherbe, so that does make it very challenging. In the locking duo, no changes from the first match. Scott Barrett, the captain, at number 4, with number 5 being Tupou Vaa'i. I thought Vaa'i had a tremendous game up against South Africa. It seemed to be later on in the contest, once again, the bench seemed to be a little bit where it came undone for the All Blacks. Tupou Vaa'i getting that start at 5 in the loose forward trio. This is where we see a massive change. Number 6, Wallace Satiti. Now that man throughout the Super Rugby Pacific season only really played number 8. So the fact that they've switched him to 6 rather than Finau, who has been completely dumped from this lineup. No Ethan Blackadder either, so I don't know whether or not that is due to an injury or just more so squad rotation. But either way, Wallace Satiti, he's a tremendous athlete, gets his chance at blindside flanker here. Number 7, this is where they have stuck with Sam Cane, and then number 8, Ardie Savea. Now, a lot of people felt the only way they could get Wallace Satiti into that starting lineup was if they transitioned Savea back to 7. But Scott Robinson, he's got a different plan. He's gone Satiti as their number 6 in the 9-10 combination. This is where we see Cortez Aratama get the start with Damian McKenzie as the starting 10. So the big switch of Ratama in there rather than TJ Perenara, who will find himself coming off the bench for this second test. Out on the left wing, they have gone with Mark Talia. That is rather than Caleb Clark, who has been dropped completely from the side after his 2 tries. Geordie Barrett at number 12 and number 13, Rico Ioane. So yet again, no changes. Still yet to see Billy Proctor in this Rugby Championship. Number 14, this is where they have gone with Severeese. And then number 15, Will Jordan. So Beauden Barrett, he will instead be off the bench. Jordan returns into that 15 jersey. The last game he started at 15, he was unable to score for the All Blacks. But at the same time, if we're basing it off what happened last week, he wasn't able to score in that game either. But now the bench, it is a Safa Moore at number 16, number 17, Ofa Tuangafasi, and number 18, Fletcher Null. Now I have to say, with the amount of changes that the All Blacks have made, I'm a little bit disappointed not to see Pasilio Tosi off the bench. It seems like this game has been really about squad rotation, yet Fletcher Null, he's found himself off the bench the last 4 games or so in a row, rather than giving Pasilio Tosi that opportunity. Sam Derry at number 19, with number 20 being the return of Luke Jacobson. Little bit in a similar boat to Pasilio Tosi. We haven't really seen him throughout this Rugby Championship, but that is more so due to the injury that Jacobson did have. Number 21, TJ Perenara. Number 22, Anton Leonard-Brown. And number 23, to close out the side for the All Blacks, it is Beauden Barrett. So that is the starting side and reserves. Quite a statement made by Scott Robertson about the squad rotation here, rather than going with the same lineup, similar to what they did when they were defeated by Argentina the week after. They returned with pretty much an identical side to try and right those wrongs. This game, they've said, we were close to winning it, but in the end you lost, so we're going to give these new guys an opportunity to get the win up against the South Africans. Now the Freedom Cup is on the line. At a certain stretch, you could say the Rugby Championship is also on the line here, so they will want to win, and we get to find out the Springboks lineup in only a couple hours' time. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Do let me know what you think of this lineup in the comments down below. We will be doing the live commentary on the channel for the match, as well as a preview before it does get underway. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.